Commence primary ignition.
Hey there, fans and collectors. Today we're taking a look at the Vintage Collection newest line that's hitting stores now, and we'll be getting your pre-orders in a couple of weeks at the start of August. But we're going to take a dive into the Power Droid today. My favorite of this collection, a figure I've been looking incredibly forward to, so I can't wait to take a dive. Let's go. Before I begin, I want to remind everyone to hit the subscribe button below. If you haven't done that, it really makes sure that you can stay on the up and up of Star Wars news and toy reviews as we debut them. Here we have the front of the box, and it's packaged under original Star Wars packaging, which is the Luke and Leia at the top with the double piping around the sides. Really nice that they chose to do that. The image that they chose in the background, it's also from the original trilogy. Very nice image with the purple hue that also matches the purple backing that is seen behind him right here and in the title card. I don't remember if there ever has been. I don't believe there ever has been. I know this. There has never been a Vintage Collection figure with the purple backing shade, and it looks beautiful. It all pops with the same color hue, and it just is a very nice look to it. Although the image is pulled from A New Hope or one of the original trilogy movies, it is an HD rendered image, and it is actually an image in low light. So despite all the cons that could make it a poor image, it actually is a very well rendered HD image that is side lit, backlit in the same hue as the shade they chose to have him in his background. Really nice choice on the imaging, really beautiful packaging for this figure. We got the Kenner logo on the bottom corner. I am most excited about this figure specifically. This figure is it's a reprint done better. I can't remember when we've seen it in the Vintage Collection, if we have in the past. As I'll go to the back, we'll see. We'll do a little flip here. Here we have the back of the packaging. So we also have the Star Wars double piping around the outside, which is pretty common with the new back packaging. We have the Vintage Collection number, which is VC167. So that actually tells us that we haven't seen a print. This is not a reprint. This is a new figure in the newer lines. We have the images of the Empire Strikes Back Vintage Collection reprint line, which was amazing. We got all the figures from that. And the newest figures in this line, which I'll be doing reviews of, starting off with the Power Droid here. Then we have Luke Skywalker in his Stormtrooper disguise, K2SO from Rogue One, and Clone Commander Wolf. Moving around, we have the Legalese, which takes up an unfortunate amount of the packaging on the back side. We also have the Star Wars Vintage Collection logo in the side of the double piping, and the Disney and Hasbro logo in the bottom corners. Pretty nice, simplistic design, but let's get this guy out of packaging. Here we have our little gentleman out of the package, looking excellent. And first impressions are just how much I miss this model, how happy I am that we're getting it in the Vintage Collection, and how particularly unique the look and paint scheme of this model is. Now, as we haven't seen this card back or this figure in the Vintage Collection packaging for a long time, this is a reprint. I actually didn't remember this. We actually had a print of the Power Droid in 2012. And we're able to see this by... Here you can see via close-up, but on his feet, he does say Hasbro 2012. So very happy to have a reprint of this figure, especially on the Vintage Collection card. That's a first. Just first off. I love the droids of Star Wars. There's something that makes this particular series special, and I particularly love when the expanded universe of beings besides human beings gets a Vintage Collection card back. So aliens, droids, all of the above. Love when they get their own time to shine in the Vintage Collection bit. You can't think of a more favorite droid to not know than the Power Droid, or more commonly known as the Gonk Droid, for its noise that it makes when walking around on its little feet. Gonk. Gonk. So not much articulation for this guy, but pretty decent for what I was thinking. I mean, he doesn't have any arms, so he wouldn't have any arm articulation. The fact that his top comes off is an incredibly detailed little bit. But the one bit of articulation he would have, is these little feet here. And so they do move around. They you can actually pigeon toe them out so he can be like little cutesy foot, or you can kind of put them in and make them move together, or have one kind of offset looking like he's mid-step. They also have pegs on the bottom, so you can secure him to any kind of playset or any kind of vehicle that has pegs, which is pretty much every Star Wars vehicle in the history. So nice articulation, even down to his little toes. This little guy doesn't come with any accessories, but I would consider his top an accessory. The fact that he can go top down is a pretty big accessory, pretty neat. Now, the painting and detail is pretty extensive to this little guy. I particularly enjoy the white strip around his side. We have a different, unique little model here with either headlights, whatever they are, or plugins, some sirens, some buttons or nodes, and this white paint strip around the outside. Now, as we spin him, of course, he has his chromed out little feet, and he does have these adorable... zoom in for this, but he does have these adorable little feet that are like grade A stompers that I couldn't even imagine anything more 70s than the look of this droid and his little stomper feet. The paint scheme on it is pretty nice. The detail is extensive. Could it be better? Yes. There's some piping and detailing around the top side. It is the same gray scheme. I kind of wish it was more metallic. If you're going to have the detail, might as well go the extra bit. But we do know that these guys are just spray painted. They're walking power generators. It could have been just painted over. Now, the detail gets even further when you take his top off here. Now, he is a little convertible droid. We can see him here with his top down. But he's got the little interior workings of the power generator. And that is all detailed, individually painted wires here. Just a really nice added bonus. Now, I can't say I remember the last print of this guy, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't detailed to this extent. Amazing levels with the top on or off. What an iconic and beautiful droid. Very happy to have this in my collection. And I'm happy to help all of you out there who are able to find your power droid. I'll leave links below, but I have another video out there that kind of helps you make sure that you're able to nab this vintage collection wave, because they are few and far between. And especially with shipping during the world pandemic and everything, they're hard to find. And plastic's harder and harder to find, especially the ones that we like. Pros and cons of this figure. The only con I would have is the fact that this guy is a little bit more rare out there. But again, that makes these figures kind of more special when we get our hands on them. I would certainly recommend this little guy. He's a great addition to any droid collection you have, any 3.7 scale figures you have. It's a really great addition to the vintage collection in a whole. An amazing fan favorite that's finally realized in a beautiful new card back. Absolutely 2 thumbs up, would recommend. I want to welcome all of our new subscribers. Welcome to our toy network of collectors. Thank you for joining. If you aren't yet a subscriber, I want to remind you, subscribe. It really helps support the channel, and it helps grow our toy community. Thanks for watching, fans and collectors. Again, welcome new subscribers and old. This is the place for HD in-depth reviews of excellent Star Wars collectibles, so tune back in for more of the great, and especially more tips and tricks on how to find these guys. I'm Mike, and this has been Binary Sunset Review. Have a great day out there, stay safe, stay awake, and as always, the Force will be with you.